Hi, everybody. Jared Petty here alongside.
I'm John Ryan.
Yes, indeed. And we're looking at the Grand Theft Auto 5 first-person trailer. Ooh,
I was
Nelly.
really excited to see this on the site this morning.
Yeah, I was really excited, too. I'll tell you what, after having had a look at this, I actually, okay, so wait, we're going to just hop right in. Look at that Snapmatic vision. This is familiar. Right?
This was like, oh, this is nothing new. Yeah. This is great. But wait a second.
That's right. The unexpected. Ah! Look at that.
You have hands.
Yep.
And look, if you look close, they're actually like really detailed hands.
They are.
They're good. I mean, you've got pores, you get wrinkles, you got what looks like maybe a cigarette burn.
Yeah, I think this is the hand of Trevor we're looking at here. And look at the crack on the corner of the phone. I really like that.
Yeah, well, you can tell because it's also, they based the phones off the different types of cell phones in the real world, and that is very clearly a terrible Windows phone.
Yeah, that appears to be a Windows phone right there.
So let's let this run for a second. Yeah. Basically, what they've done is added a first-person shooter mode into the next-gen and PC version of Grand Theft Auto 4. You can see here, no longer are you just kind of stuck in vehicles with that hood cam in first person. You've got a full cabin interior with...
Yep. And cabin interior with, if you notice here, we have functioning dials here on the dashboard.
Yep, actual functioning speedometer, RPMs, fuel gauge. I don't know if the fuel gauge will actually end up going down.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it does, although we can never know with Rockstar.
Maybe if you get shot in the gas tank, you'll run out of gas, though.
Also, a detail you're going to see in a lot of these vehicles, the radio will tune to the station and song that you're listening to if you have a
I'm curious to see once we actually get our hands on with this if when you change the radio station, your hand will actually like move forward and tweak the buttons.
Oh, I wonder.
It probably won't.
Well, again, I had a chance to play this a little bit at Rockstar, and
yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, man.
And there's a lot of little neat details. Like you're going to see some looks out the windows here and things. But like, I love the fact I was playing and I got in with Franklin and Chop pops into the passenger seat next. Man, I look over to my right, and he's just kind of looking at me.
He's just hanging out,
doing
being
stuff.
a dog, doing dog stuff.
It's really well done. But that's only one of the first things. Every vehicle in GTA 5 is going to have its own individual interior.
Yep.
They're all detailed different ways. Every aircraft, all the functional instruments, the rest of that. But looking off here, I actually want to backtrack just a second to that. Looking off into the city, you're going to see the city lights off there in the distance. The draw distance in the game has been dramatically improved. And we're going to see that.
I mean, it was already impressive enough on the 360 and PS3 copies, but this you can really see if you pause it right here. You can even see as far out as beyond the walls of the San Andreas State Prison, and you can see all the way out to the other side of the Mount Chiliad region.
And we're going to get a chance to illustrate this a little further on with a driving sequence.
This I love.
Oh, yeah.
I was very concerned that it would just kind of be a janky, weird, like they just gave you the option to move the camera to where your character's face is sort of feature. But this here seems that it's a very functional first-person shooter.
It is. It feels like a first-person shooter. One very important thing is that the controls do change their sensitivity when you hop into first-person shooting mode. Yeah, I mean, it adapts to the kind of play. You've got push-button control to switch back and forth between first and third person. You've got that adaptative control. You also have situational presets you could do. For example, if you want to pop into third person when you go into cover, and then pop back into first when you can pop back out, you can do that. Same, you can pop into third automatically when you get in a vehicle. And if there's any situation we're going to switch, just push button right there on the dial.
Now you still have the option to stay in cover in first person as well?
Yeah, you can be in cover in first person. Also, you saw us toss that grenade there a second ago. You are going to have a quick access to grenades. That's something.
That's awesome. I was wondering if they were going to have hotkey access.
Yeah. Okay,
and actually, if you want to track it back just a hair.
Absolutely. Let's track back. What do we got here?
Weapons are always such a huge part of the Grand Theft Auto games, such a varied arsenal right there. I mean, this is I'm sure that there was a fine amount of detail on the previous generation's models for each of the weapons, but this is really a phenomenal upgrade that we're seeing here. I mean, you can see logos, you can see a serial number up on the barrel. It really is just quite impressive. This sequence right here, the Grove Street mission that they showcased, is really what made me say, you know what, I'm probably going to play through this entire game again.
Yeah, I absolutely had that same thing. We were talking with Justin Davis earlier. He said the same thing before he saw this. He didn't. I love that detail there, the guy hanging off the wing. You remember?
Well, and the cool thing is too, though, and I don't know whether it's going to be cool. I think it's great, but it could be a blessing and a curse. Is that this is. Who was it Krupa who did the
preview?
The preview this morning. He said that it was basically a QuickTime event from like a Call of Duty or a Halo game or something like that, where you're in full control. And this kind of shame is if you track back to the guy in the wing or this section right here, if you keep going, you'll see that tanker explode. when that happens, you could very well miss these things if you don't know where to look.
Yeah, because you're not looking at it the correct direction. But
exactly.
I'm actually really okay with that. The idea of chaos and explosions and things happening
and having no idea what's going on.
I'm completely all right with that. When people start shooting guns, that's what it's like. I want to track back here again. You were talking about details earlier. Look there on the side of the gun. You can read the text easily. And I've noticed this with a lot of the weapons I got a chance to play with. I'm excited about the new weapons. The railgun. I can't even begin to talk about how much fun the railgun is.
I can't even begin to imagine how much fun.
Yeah, we don't see that in the preview, but they mentioned it earlier last week, and I got a chance to fool around with it a little bit. So move on here a little bit. Looking ahead, we have so here we have first-person motorcycle jumping. Went over the handlebars playing this at Rockstar. Kind of amazing. You can turn that effect off, by the way, the ragdoll game. I love this.
So if you crash, for example, you will ragdoll around in first
unless you turn it off. Yeah, then you can switch it to a ragdoll third. Now, I do love right here in this corner, you're going to see all the textures in the game have been up-res. The game's running at 1080-30 on Xbox and PS4.
Great.
But they've done new models and new textures on all kinds of things. And because you're down at eye level now, you see everything very close up. And I love that. Everything looks so much more clear. It just pops out. This almost feels like a Call of Duty mission here.
It really does. Having just played through a lot of Advanced Warfare, it's insane. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I just played this game, and this is not what I'm expecting.
These stealthy sections, I look forward to how they're going to change the way the whole game feels. I really think I'm going to enjoy some of these missions more. Do you want to say it, or do I say it here, John?
You can say it.
Don't tase me, bro.
Hey, how'd you get down here?
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, you know, have you ever been tased?
Once, yeah.
Me too. Wow, both of us have been tased. What are the odds?
Yeah, it was a bad memory. Let's go past it.
Okay, we'll move past it. Now here, I love this. All right, this is where we're going to show off that draw distance. Look at those headlights off in the distance you see there. We move up, look ahead, and that's going to manifest into a car. Headlights up there, again, manifesting into a car. Look at those
oftentimes headlights do manifest into cars.
Yeah,
they're attached to cars.
The difference is that before, you may remember, one of the few weaknesses of last-gen GTA was pop-in. Look at, especially at high speed, but look here. Not going to see that.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
well of course. I mean, and also it was again environmentally speaking, the game was incredibly detailed in the last gen consoles.
Yeah.
But now, just let's look at the street of San Andreas here from the first person perspective. I mean, you can see light reflecting not only off the wet pavement and the windows, but also even off the sides of the pillars that you can see on the left-hand side of the screen.
Look at the motorcycle in front of you the same way, light reflecting right there off underneath the handlebars, right smack there in the center.
Yep.
Just reflecting off the building. And we turn a little, and it's gone. There it is off the side again. Just love this.
Yeah, I won't lie. I mean, I'm really excited to see what some of the big set PC moments feel like in first person, but I'm also really excited to just kind of walk around downtown Vinewood or Vespucci Beach and really experience, because it's a cool feature that a lot of games don't have. A lot of first-person games don't have the scope of a game like GTA 5.
Yeah. Well, here we are swinging around. I think that's a cargo bomb up there.
It is.
No, is it? Yeah, there. Down she goes. Oh, and blown up. Another tiny feature. There's a million of these. You know, when you get in the cockpit of a plane, the canopy. The canopy pops down, and you get this kind of bubble sound effect going on around you. You put a helmet on, same way.
Well, you can see here that your field of view is actually slightly obscured at the top and bottom by the visor rim of the helmet.
Absolutely love it. So this is a new way to play GTA, John. After what you've seen here, you feeling pretty good about it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I loved it on the last gen setup. I'm very excited to check it out on next gen, not just in first person mode, but for all the updates and stuff for returning players such as myself. And we're going to be covering all of that here at IGN. So for everything else that you need to know on Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Xbox 360, PS3. Anything you want.
Atari 2600.
Not Atari 2600. I'm sorry,
really?
Jared. No. But where should we keep it locked for Atari 2600 as well?
Oh, IGN.
That's correct. IGN.